Alright, so it seems Glaive Kyo, the goat, has brought us something new. Apparently some Hoyo tards, as I like to call them, are trying to bring in their false equivalency into Wuwa, which I do not stand for. Because I used to play HSR games, but I retired from them because, number one, power creep. Number two, it just was soul draining. And number three, the community is toxic as hell. So let's see what he's got for us.
There is a kind of poison infecting the Wuthering Waves community. And no, it is not just the delay of St. Tontus's oiled up Changli cosplay, it is called false equivalence. False equivalence fallacy is when someone compares two things that look similar on the surface but actually aren't, and then they pretend that they're the same to sound balanced. It's lazy logic, no context, no depth. It is missing.
Yeah, that's just poor equivalency in my opinion. I'm like, you're gonna compare two games that are two completely different stories and stuff like that. It's just no, it's just not.
Information dressed up as a critique, and it's rotting real discussion from the
Also, real quick, Cartethia's dancing in that scene was very adorable. I love Cartethia.
inside out. You have seen it a lot recently, I am sure, but basically, let me give you an example. Wuthering Waves have stamina. Genshin Impact has stamina. It's the same game. Or, oh, this Wuthering Waves event. Wait, it looks like the HSR event. It's predatory. Mr. Pokey was right. Bro, what are we
No. Plus, dude has a brain rot face. I said it.
doing? These are shallow comparisons made to sound balanced, while completely ignoring all of the context. And the worst part about it, it is spreading. Like your mother on a Tuesday night, it spread its legs. Content creators echo it, fans internalize it, and then suddenly, every conversation is just a highlight reel of someone's trauma dump from other games. It is all so binary. No one reads, no one cares about the actual reasoning. No one wants to find out what makes them different. People just feel things very loudly, and then they treat their feelings and headcanons like gospel. They bring them into arguments like factual truths, and then when you try to step in with things that are actually rooted in reality, what do you get in return? Oh, you're a shill. Oh, Kurobot. Coping. Coping. Like, what are we supposed to do then? What do you suggest as the alternative? Do you just shut up and let misinformation spread unchecked? Are you gonna sit there politely like a good boy you are, while Kateo is giving you misinformation backshots? That is
Oh, not that racist dude. Nope. Not him.
It's not how this works. Pointing out misinformation doesn't mean you're blindly defending the devs. It means that you care about what is actually true. If we let garbage arguments fly just to avoid looking like a fanboy, and then what's left? A community full of echo chamber cope and zero accountability. You want better rewards? Go ask for it. You think something is poorly implemented? Speak on it. But don't nuke the entire game because one system reminds you of something you hated in Genshin or HSR. That is not critique, that is brain damage. That is a sign from the gacha gods himself that you need to flip the burgers and pack the fries. And it's a fast track to making sure no one takes actual feedback seriously. Because if everything is a problem, then nothing is. And if every misinformation correction gets labeled as corporate bootlicking, then we are just building a fandom where facts don't matter. Now let's talk about the other side of this messy false equivalency madness. Doom posting disguised as criticism. Let's use the anniversary rewards as an example. Were they underwhelming? Sure. You wanted more polls. That's fair. Say that. But what actually happened though? Kuro Games doesn't care about its players. The game is dying. This is worse than Genshin Anniversary.
Yeah, people were just completely complaining about it. I'm like, I don't see the issue. We're just getting a bunch of wishes. What's there to complain about? The more wishes, the better. People, are you okay in the head?
Like, bro, we're actually melting down over a few polls. Like, be so for real with me right now. This isn't just an overreaction. It is a full-on self-sabotage. A full-on community self-sabotage. You are feeding ammo into the same bad faith haters who have been praying for this game to flop since the CBT. And now they get to point and go like, see, even their own players hate it. Like, you know what you're doing? It's a 5v1 situation, and we should have just played as a team. But instead, you went into the enemy, gave them a Vandal, and then griefed the entire round for us. You are throwing, my brother. Meanwhile, the devs are out here putting in work. Real patches, real feedback changes, real communication. But that doesn't trend, does it? Nuance never does. You can post
Yeah, and people were trying to call Cartethia Goonerbait. I'm like, in what world is Cartethia Goonerbait? She's just an elf girl. What part of her is Goonerbait? I don't understand. And again, I had nothing wrong with the anniversary because I didn't get to record Zani's story quest because my recording corrupted, or something like that. I don't know. But actually, I got Like, I got Zani, guaranteed. And then for the anniversary banner, I got Yin Lin. Like, I had enough wishes to go and get Yin Lin. And I still have plenty of wishes to get Cartethia. And here's the thing, I'm a free-to-play. I free-to-play gacha games. I don't spend money. And I still have enough to get Cartethia. And who knows, maybe I'll have enough to get Frolova. The power of free-to-play.
Kuro actually fix XYZ and then get 10 likes. But when you post, Wuthering Waves is over, RIP 07, nice try Kurobots, and boom, 10k upvotes, 1 million reactions, brother. And the people who pay for it, the ones who try to give level-headed feedback, the players trying to engage in good faith, the devs who actually shown that they listen, all of that goodwill gets torched just so someone can farm W's in the chat. Isn't that crazy? Criticism is supposed to build something. Doom posting just burns everything down. And I am so shocked that a lot of the Wuthering Waves community don't get this concept. We have gotten attacked so much since launch, and now you're starting to believe it. It's discouraging for me. And now we have a new fan favorite, calling the Gilded Night Market predatory. I mean, okay, let's walk through what it actually is. The Gilded Night Market is basically a refund system. You pull on any banner, limited, rerun, weapon, standard, it doesn't matter. You get a refund in a form of materials like boss drops, phantom echoes you haven't gotten, or even an old event weapon. Maybe you don't want any of that though. You can also just get a few pulls back, but there is nothing to FOMO over because it's just 5 to 10 pulls. To get all 10 pulls, you need to spend a bombastic amount of pulls. So it's supposed to be treated as a minor bonus that helps you build your new characters you just pulled, or soften the sting of bad luck. Maybe you want—
I mean, it's basically just like a win-win situation. Like, okay, you spent some wishes, here's some more wishes back. You basically, you break even. It's a win-win situation, so I don't see anything wrong with that. Well, I was able to get some of the stuff that I wasn't able to get when I was on hiatus with Wuwa.
Want a character in the next patch or something, you can also get a few pulls back. It is pretty cool. It is literally helping you recover some resources for spending on things you already wanted. But somehow, this turned into the most predatory thing Kuro has ever done. How? And the most bizarre thing to me, people are comparing that to HSR's Cherished Recollection, a spend—
Oh, screw that. Yeah, this right here is pay to win. Honkai Star has basically proven themselves time again that they're becoming a pay-to-win game. Plus, I think they're crashing out because in the forest they're basically about to do a Wolf's Reign. For those who don't know, Wolf's Reign was an anime where basically everyone dies at the end of the series. That's pretty much what they're about to do in Amphorius. I don't play HSR anymore. Because I can't seem to enjoy my Foxian team for 5 freaking minutes. They just want to power creep everyone. It's stupid. You want to know something? You want to know 2 games I've played that were better than Honkai Star Rail? Artery Gear Fusion and Etheria Restart. I was a couple of people that I got to know. They introduced me to that game, and it's fun. I love Tiamat in that game. She's cool looking. And then Artery Gear Fusion. The graphics in that game were peak, and it was a 2D turn-based game. It was good. I was still sad that it shut down, or end of service. I was so sad, because it was so fun. Not to mention, I got the 6-star rarity of Hakuto in it before I went on hiatus from it. And then one day I was like, oh, I kind of want to go back and play it. I go to the App Store, it's gone. I'm like, what happened? Still sad. Artery Gear Fusion, I miss you, and I love you.
Event that requires paid-only currency, not premium, not grindable, only money. And the rewards? Meta-relevant substat reroll material, a 5-star character selector, a few of them, not all of it, and an exclusive cosmetic. That is not a refund system, that is a whale-only prize wall. And this is the kicker. These 2 events are being equated. There are people out here saying that they are the same kind of scam.
Here's the difference. This is free-to-playable. This is pay to win. There's the difference for you.
That is peak false equivalency. The night market gives you back a fraction of what you spent just for pulling. No paywall, no exclusivity. HSR is rewarding you for spending money. And yet people are treating it like it's the same. They are treating Kuro games like some sinister trap. Like they're trying to trick you into spending, giving you materials to build the characters you just pulled. How is that a trap? Here's the thing though. If you don't like the banners, you don't gotta pull. You can actually skip the entire patch and have way more pulls in 2.4 than if you you try to game the system. And if you do pull,
Exactly.
great, you get a little extra back. This is literally a win-win scenario being
Exactly.
spun
Win-win.
as an act of corporate malice. And when you pretend that this refund system is equivalent to a whales-only exclusive loot fest, you're not just wrong, you're making it harder for anyone to take real criticism seriously. Because when the community cries wolf over a net positive event, what happens when something actually scummy rolls out? The devs
just
tune
like
out, the
little
players stop
babies
caring.
about it.
Predatory becomes just another buzzword. If you're calling the night market exploitative, you are either misunderstanding the event or you're just chasing outrage points. Either way, it is not helping. It's eroding trust, flattening nuance, and turning what could have been a healthy discussion into a clown show. And that is the problem here. It is not just about one event. It is about how we talk about these events. We have lost all sense of scale, of context, of basic media literacy. Everything is either the best thing ever or it's unforgivable. There is no in between anymore. Because you
So
ever
Zombies
notice how
trailer
saying
was
this
clean,
could be
though.
better somehow turns into this game is dying within 2 scrolls of a Reddit thread? That is what I mean when I say we are losing nuance completely. There is no middle ground anymore. It's either blind loyalty or full-on doomsday cult. And there is no patience for anything in between either. You bring up a fair critique and then suddenly you're either a shill or a hater. No in between. No room for discussion. Just binary outrage. And I get it. The game is not perfect. Some reward structures could absolutely
nobody-
use refinement. There are design choices.
Here's the thing. Nobody's perfect. And people should, understand that. Practice makes perfect, I guess, in a sense, but, nothing is perfect. There will always be bugs or glitches or stuff like that could use a little bit of fixing. But if you actually do fix them, that's a good thing. If you actually listen and fix what players are complaining about, good. That's a good thing.
That raise eyebrows, cool, say that. But when a lack of 10 extra polls have people comparing Wuthering Waves to the worst monetization sins of HSR and Genshin Impact, that is called schizoing out. It is also incredibly disingenuous because you will see those same people trashing Kuro for net positive refund event and then go back to Hoyoverse looking at all of the bad things. But occasionally they will throw you a 5-star that is power crept 10 patches ago and then
Yeah, and here's the thing. Back when I was trying to keep playing Genshin, I wanted to try and get Yaimiko, but the thing is, Hoyoverse just decided to make her the most hated character ever since 5.4. Like, in 5.4, they just made her an absolute jerk, and I was mad about it. Cause I like Yaimiko, because, like I said, I'm a Kitsune lover. They disrespect Kitsunes, I get pissed off, because I hate that. I hate them being ruined like that. And I mean, not to mention, I was also mad because my last shred of motivation in Genshin was ruined when they confirmed Mikoshi Chiyo's death. I was mad because I wanted to have a female Oni. I don't want Arataki retard. And it was just infuriating. But hopefully soon, at some point in Wu-Wo, we might end up getting like a Kitsune. I mean, not to mention, there's also a Nansa coming out, so I'll be able to get Lekaya as well.
suddenly we are fine with all of the power creep, all of the dialogue bloat, all of the predatory practices, as long
Oh yeah, screw the dialogue bloat. That's why I play Wu-Wa, because if there's some dialogue stuff I don't want to listen about, I just skip it.
as it's dressed in a seasonal outfit. Do we actually want Kuro to copy that model? Is that what we're
No.
asking for here? Because it sure sounds like it. We act like we escaped the Hoyoverse hamster wheel, but now some players are trying to rebuild it under a new name. They are dragging the same bad habits, the same cynical framing, and trying to convince others that it's all the same. It is not. And pretending that it is doesn't just poison discourse, it discourages improvement. Because why would any dev team keep trying if every W day poll gets twisted into an L on social media? This isn't about defending Wuthering Waves. It is about defending the context. It is about defending reality. Because if you strip away context, if you let every minor flaw becomes a crisis, you make actual conversations and discussions impossible, and you make actual progress harder to achieve. So what is the move? Because clearly, just vibing isn't cutting it anymore. The first step is saying this out loud. False equivalence is killing good discourse. You cannot compare Wuthering Waves giving you partial poll refunds to Honkai Star Rail paywalling 5-star rewards. That is not just dishonest, it is derailing the entire entire community's ability to have a real conversation. You can want more from a game and still recognize when it's doing something right. Both things can be true, and that is the nuance people keep skipping. Because here's the thing, if every piece of feedback is delivered like an alarm bell, devs stop listening, players stop caring, and the game stops evolving. We all lose. Not just the company, not just the whales, not just the F2Ps, not just the people who got mad over 10 posts, everyone. If you're going to criticize, good. Do it. I love criticism. This game needs criticism. They want criticism, but base it on facts, not feelings. Not trauma from Genshin, not engagement framing, not engagement farming from Twitter. Because when everything becomes quote-unquote predatory, the word loses its meaning. And then, when something actually shady drops, no one takes it seriously. So I will leave you with this. Where do you draw the line between criticism and doom posting? Do you think that this event was actually harmful, or are we just too used to being burned by other gacha games? But that is all from me, Blave here, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers!
Nice shot there at the end. But yeah, like, I will say it again, like, this anniversary, there was nothing wrong with it at all. Like, it was basically just a bunch of wishes, you know? A bunch of wishes, some banner reruns, which, hey, I finally got Yin Lin because I want to get her so badly. And, like, I'm not complaining at all. But here's what I have to say to some of the people. Rise above all these petty people, because the ones who try to ruin this, they're trying to be like a poison. I don't know, I'm trying not to be very preachy about it, but it's wrong. It's just, don't hate on it, just give criticism on things to fix and whatnot. Because this game is just wanting to do its own thing. If that makes sense. I'm not very good with words sometimes, but anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this content by Glaive Kyo the Goat, and have an amazing day.